The Time Life screen is a set of 4 sculptures carved in Portland stone between 1952 and 1953. It was originally designed for, and still adorns, the facade of the Time Life building in Mayfair. The building was originally built and designed to be the London headquarters of the Time and Life magazines. The building was designed by Austrian architect Michael Rosenauer. Although it has a very clean modernist finish, it was not a particularly exciting building when viewed from the outside. The people from Time Life wanted the interior of the building to represent the best that creative Britain had to offer. British designers Misha Black and Hugh Casson were given the job of overseeing this following their recent successes at the Festival of Britain. Moore was originally commissioned to create a sculpture for the balcony of the building which sits behind the screen. Moore created a draped reclining figure sculpture which still sits on the balcony. While working on this, he was asked for his opinion on the design submitted in a competition for the screen which was to cover the balcony and connect it to the building's neighbour. Moore was unimpressed by the submissions, all of which consisted of solid wall carvings which didn't allow light to pass through onto the balcony. After being asked to help create a solution himself, Moore designed 4 separate reliefs with space around them. This allowed light to pass through onto the balcony and showed that there was an open space behind the screen. His original idea was to have all 4 attached to a turntable which could be turned at regular intervals, showing both sides. Unfortunately, this idea was scrapped due to expense and safety concerns. Francis Brennan, one of the designers of the building, recalled watching Moore's creative process for this work. He told of how Moore pulled a battered old shoebox down from a shelf which was full of old bones and stones. He laid these out on a table and began to examine them like a jeweller would examine a diamond. Piece by piece, he would lay them out until the quartet design began to take shape. Brennan said the design was mysteriously ancient in feeling, yet unmistakably modern in execution. The building remained the headquarters of Time Life magazine until 1994, by which time the building had gained Grade 2 listed status from English Heritage. This caused an issue for Time Life in their move. Although they didn't expect to remove the Moore design screen, which was an obvious part of the building, they hoped to take the draped reclining figure and various other artworks from the office with them. Westminster Council had other ideas and claimed that the works of art were part of the concept of the building and essential to its design. After a court case, this claim was upheld and Time Life were made to return the artworks and pay for their insurance. The commissioning of these 2 Henry Moore pieces ended up being a very expensive move in the end. It's now only possible for the occupants of the building to access the balcony, so the other side of the screen and the draped reclining figure cannot be viewed by the public. The Time Life screen is quite a unique piece of Moore's work. Though there are works by Moore adorning the facade of buildings elsewhere, there aren't many. This was the first time he had been commissioned to do a work like this in London since 1928 when he had completed the West Wind stone carving on St James's Park Station. Though the Time Life screen was created in the 1950s, it is much more reminiscent of the stone carving work Moore was doing in the late 1930s. While looking at the screen, try and pick out some of the shapes and objects that you think Moore has used in the design. Do any of them resemble anything to you? Do you think that it's fair that the public can't view the draped reclining figure on the balcony and the other side of the screen? And do you think it's fair that Time Life were not able to keep the artworks they had bought when designing the building?